Hey YouTube, how's it going? It's still Inferno. I'm back with another video, and in today's video we're going to be trying to find a good team for Silverwolf here to see if she can clear MOC as the lead star, the main DPS. Now keep in mind, my Silverwolf is indeed E6. Oh, she is indeed E6, and she is also indeed S5. So that's why I'm kind of trying to push her into that role, because, you know, she's max invested because she is my favorite character in the game. And of course she was on my account's premier team, the Acheron team, but with MOCs changing and getting a bit more, it seems like things are getting a bit more difficult, bosses are getting more tanky and stuff, I decided to change up my Acheron team a little bit to put Jiaoqiu in Silverwolf's place, because Jiaoqiu allows for easier clears and allows Acheron to zero cycle, at least from my account. But that leaves Silverwolf out on her own without a team to call her own until today, of course, that is. So I've been doing quite a bit of testing to try and find the best team that I could make with my account for Silverwolf, and this is what I've come up with. We have Silverwolf, we have Tingyun, Sparkle, and Fu Xuan. So there's a pretty good reason as to why I think they go together so well. We have Tingyun here, who gives energy, and quite a bit of it. She can fill Silverwolf's ult gauge up from like pretty low. So that's pretty dope. Obviously we have Sparkle to give extra turns and all the extra stuff that Sparkle does, which is insane. And the skill points is really good because it allows me to skill pretty much every time with Tingyun, so that way she fills her ult meter faster, which again fills Silverwolf's faster. Then of course we have Fu Xuan, because she is a besides being a really good preservation unit, she's also a walking stat stick with her light cone here. She gives 9% damage increase. She gives, I think it's in her traces somewhere, that she gives 12% crit rate. And also my Fu Xuan is E2, so she gives 30% crit damage as well. And of course the whole thing is, if anyone dies, they don't. You all know the story about why I have E2. I didn't mean to get it and it just happened, but that's what it is. So Silverwolf has a whole company of buffs to suit her and to help her out, because she is strictly single target. She has no follow-up, she has no anything like that to help her go multiple times or anything. So we kind of need the team to help her out. So she gets extra ults from Tingyun, she gets extra turns from Sparkle here. Now I will say one of her Eidolons does help. It might be her E1 actually. After using her ult to attack enemies, Silverwolf regenerates 7 energy for every debuff that the target enemy currently has. So yeah, when she uses her ult, she gets extra energy back, which helps a lot in getting her to ult more. So that's like the only thing that's like close to getting any sort of like advancement or extra actions or anything like that. That's the best we got. Everything else is effect res reduced, so we don't have to worry about effect hit rate really. More damage, and of course more damage. So that's what allows her, these two right here are what allow her to be a DPS. This obviously allows you to build her more as a DPS because you don't need nearly as much effect hit rate. And this is just a little bit of extra battery for what you can see with the symbol right there. But that does help a lot in helping her ult more, because, you know, for a single target character, like fully single target, that's really what you need. And she does, with this team, she does an insane amount of damage with her ult. It's pretty crazy, and you'll see that in the video that I have for you. Oh yeah, also just randomly, I decided to change the lights to be purple because it just seems like that's Silverwolf's favorite color. So in this video, it's all about her. So I think that's very fitting and appropriate. But yeah, that's kind of what why I picked this team. And obviously I've tried several different teams. I've tried, also by the way, I went ahead and got Robin because I think she's gonna be really good for this account. I don't exactly know where yet, but I just have a feeling. yeah, I mean, Robin is obviously one of the best supports in the game, alongside Sparkle, in my opinion. And we have also Ron May. So it just made sense for me to pick her up because, I mean, I didn't plan on getting Fei Xiao anyway, and I already have Kafka and Black Swan, and who else is on the banner? I think it's those three and then Fei Xiao, yeah. So yeah, made sense for me to get her out of everyone, and yeah, we'll be doing some testing to see what I can do with her later on, and but back kind of to the team here. We'll just go over the builds, and then I'll show you the video that I think showcases this team performing at its best, and then I'll talk about, I guess, some differences between this team and some of the other teams that I've tried. So as you already know, she is indeed S5. She is completely maxed on traces. Here's the relics, kind of the more interesting part. She has 4-piece Genius of Brilliant Stars, which of course is, I believe, still her best set. I don't think anything is beating this. However, I don't know if I have any pieces here. Pioneer, Diver of Dead Waters might be close. I kind of want to do some testing to see how they stack up, but I need better pieces. The only good pieces I have are on Acheron, and the stats just don't really line up as well between the two. So yeah, this is kind of what I'm running. Here's the headpiece, the gloves, the chest, the boots, and then I'm running 2-piece Inert Salsado. Here's again her final stats here: 59 to 175 with 77 effect here, right? I believe she only needs like 48 or 42, something at like E2. So we're really good on that. She never misses an implant, so I haven't seen her miss an implant since like I first built her. So never had to worry about it. She is 0 extra speed. She's 107. But yeah, I think that's pretty much the gist of it. I'll just show you guys the rest of the build. Here we have a Dance, typical Tingyun setup. She's not max traces, and I don't really think I'm going to max her. Here's a relic setup. She's on a 4-piece Messenger with 2-piece Broken Keel. I'm not going to go through every single art or every single relic here, but we do have the effector as required to make that happen, so that's really good for Sparkle as well. Then we have Sparkle here. She's on her own light cone, S1. She is completely maxed out. Relics are Windset and Divine Whack. I mean, I've made an entire video dedicated to this Sparkle build, so if you want to see that, it's on my channel. You can just go and find it there. For Eidolon, she is E1. Also for Eidolon, Tingyun is E6, of course, as you would expect for a 4-star. At least for a 4-star that has an E6 5-star. You'd expect just about every 5-star, every 4-star to be E6, but now we're moving on to Fu Xuan here. She's on her light cone, of course, as S1. She is fully maxed as well. For relics here, she's rocking 2-piece Disciple, 2-piece Hacker Space, and Broken Keel. Kind of to go into her other stats here, she has just enough effect res for the extra crit damage. So she's giving like a lot of stats herself. She's giving what, 9% damage increase, 12% crit rate, and then 40% crit damage is her E130. Yeah, so she's giving 40% crit damage, and then we're getting 40% or 10% crit damage here. And then we're just getting a bunch of buffs. I'm sure you know what these characters kits do at this point. All right, so I think that was a pretty good, somewhat deep dive into the team and kind of what the theory of operation here is and kind of how they work together, at least. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get that showcase going, and I'll come back and talk about some of the other teams that I tried and just my final thoughts.
Infallible. Watch this. Cool. 100% great. A thousand wonders to raise your fight is won. The game is on. Feeling spiffy? Time for a buzz. This combat needs optimizing. This is double speed. Let's play. Can you find the answer? Time for a buzz. I see through you. Together as one. Feeling spiffy? Time for a buzz. This combat needs optimizing. This is double speed. 1,000 wonders to raise your spirit. Fight as one. I'll go first. Let's be friends. Feeling spiffy? More enemies. Can you find the answer? Time for a buzz. All things in this world. Human creations. This combat needs optimizing. This is double speed. Ready?
Feeling a little dizzy?
Welcome, customers. A quick divination. Let's play for a while. Time for a buzz.
Not so fast.
Converge and awaken. Feeling spiffy? Can I have fun this time? Time for a buzz. This is double speed. 1,000 wonders to raise your spirits. Fight as one. Yin and yang. More enemies. Can you find the answer? All things in this world have been human creations. Time for a buzz. This is double speed.
So I think getting a 2-cycle clear with a completely single target DPS is not bad, especially up against M1C12. I think it's pretty good. Now, obviously, she is indeed E6S5, but in E6S5, not DPS, or at least she wasn't designed to be DPS from her base kit. Obviously, her E6 and S5 do elevate that because they add just so much damage. I mean, you saw her hit for like 400k, which is pretty insane. But that's what our little hacker can do. I guess you could almost call that lore accurate or something like that. About some of the other teams that I tried. So this is the original team. I also tried it with Ho-Ho here, and it got the same clear results, but I like obviously having Fu Xuan because that's 3 quantum, and so you're only having to worry about one other element depending on what you're up against. If they're wind weak, then it doesn't matter. But yeah, and I know that it doesn't work such that she has a 75% chance to implant quantum, even though there's 3 quantum members. It's 50% because it's not the percentage of your team that is whatever element, it's just the percentage of different elements. So there's electric and quantum, so there's a 50-50 there. So that's how that works. A lot of people tend to get that confused. But yeah, so I tried it with Ho-Ho, and it was about the same results. Sometimes, or there was a few times where I got 3 cycle clears instead of 2 cycles, but there are plenty of times when I got 2 cycle clears, so I would call them about the same. Then I tried Jiao Cho, and he was a little bit slower, just because he didn't really. The only thing that Jiao Cho really helps with is like damage increase. So yeah, his main thing is just kind of increasing damage, like with his ult and with his skill. Well, it's mainly his passive doing it, but yeah, so he doesn't really help with helping Silverwolf go more, which is what obviously she needs to, you know, clear faster as the main DPS, which is why, again, I like where she at. She should be yeah, there she is. Which is why I like Ting Yun, because she gets ult up and she helps battery Silverwolf to go again more times. I also tried with Robin, and I'm, you know, pretty new to playing with Robin, so I don't know exactly how best to do, or how best to use her, I guess. But I don't think that Robin is the best support for Silverwolf, because Robin helps the whole team go again, and she's really made for the like follow-up attack teams, because they go so much that when the whole team gets to go again, that's just so many more instances of damage that's also boosted by Robin. Whereas the only instances of damage that this team puts out is, or at least the only main instances of damage that this team puts out, is from Silverwolf when she skills and ults. She's not in her element on Silverwolf's team, like I think these characters are. And I also did try a couple other teams where I tried with Jing Liu, where she was the like main DPS and Silverwolf was kind of like the sub DPS. But yeah, that did not go well at all. I don't know if my Jing Liu is just, I mean, she's gotta be like, that's pretty decent, right? Obviously she gets way more crit in her enhanced state and all that too. So
Danger.
I just think that Silverwolf is meant to be like the lone wolf DPS sort of character. I tried her like way long ago with Shui Yi, and maybe I could bring that back and give that a try, but I know that didn't produce the same results that this team does as well. So that's kind of like a breakdown of some of the other teams that I've tried, and you know why I think this one is still the best.
The path is clear.
I mean, aside from switching it up between Fu Xuan and Ho-Ho, like every other team cleared slower, so that's, you know, pretty obvious there. So yeah, that's pretty much kind of my thoughts on everything. I'm glad that I was able to, you know, grab a team that allows her to be competitive in MOC, and by that I mean like two cycles is pretty good. Like, my Acheron team gets 2 cycles if I'm not specifically trying to 0 cycle. She gets between 1 to 2 cycles, or I guess 0 to 2 cycles, depending on exactly how I'm trying to play her. So I'm glad the Silverwolf is kind of in a similar realm. Alright guys, so that's going to be the video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, make sure to leave a like. Also, let me know down in the comment section below your thoughts on the video. Let me know what do you think of Silverwolf. Do you use Silverwolf? Do you like Silverwolf? Just let me know down below what you think about her. And yeah, also make sure to hit subscribe so that way you can see, you know, more from me in the future. And yeah, I think that's gonna be it for the video today, guys. I'll see you in the next one, whenever that is. And until then, keep it burning.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.